So as you see here, the campaign platform turned out to be, and something we're very proud of, Shape Your Future, Start Here. I'll talk a little bit about, given the research that Ed had talked about, our job was to distill all the findings and all the needs and all the great information we got into the most sort of consumer-friendly, authentic, and easy to understand way to relate to the census. It was very important for us to be authentic and accurate. And also the approach here was unique from the clients, being the Census Bureau, and the agencies to use what we call a bottoms-up approach. Traditionally, many times when you're talking about this many audiences, this many languages, oftentimes you come up with a unifying idea in English and you say, do your best to translate it or transcreate it, whatever the word is, to your respective audiences. We knew this was too big, too complex, and in the spirit of authenticity and accuracy, we couldn't do that. We did a bottoms-up approach where all the agencies came up with ideas together. We all flew to New York City, had many, many workshops to sort of talk about our concerns and language challenges and what our respective audiences, as Ed said earlier, what the barriers were, what the motivators were. We took advantage of the motivators, we addressed the barriers, and we came up with something that not only was clear, simple, authentic, but could stand the pressure testing of multiple languages, multiple cultures, and multiple phases. Just one thing I will add as I get into the work is that this line, Shape Your Future, Start Here, had to work well in a awareness phase where it was just letting people understand what the census was. In a motivation phase, in which case this is the time to do it. And in the reminder phase, in case you forgot or in case you didn't get to it, there is still time. We felt we came up with a very good line in Shape Your Future, Start Here, because at the root of it, what people wanted was the notion of a better future, which is universal, but having a say in a part of it. And we were able to take that line, and it was great in these groups. As I see the Chinese line, we were able to authentically use the language to promote it. As in Chinese, it's you, me, which together in Chinese signifies us. Our future is something we can shape and make together. All the other languages have those small nuances, but staying close to having a say and having control into what happens in the future. So we're very proud of this. And if we can go into the work, as you see here, this is a sampling. There's some television frames up top, some print ads. The approach here is that we wanted to be authentic. And I know sometimes in marketing, authentic is an overused word. But in this case, I have to say that it's authentic in all definitions, right? Authentic in that we wanted the stories to be relatable and real to the audiences we wanted to speak to. We wanted the look, the language to be very sort of familiar to the people that we're talking to. Authentic in production. I think that we made sure that our Chinese actors were native Chinese speakers. Our Japanese photo talent were actually Japanese. We didn't try to, reuse talent for resources' sake, or we didn't try to pull no one will notice. We wanted to make sure that the person from us speaking to the audience was actually somebody from that community. So it was very, very difficult, and we're incredibly proud of it because we also had to live in a world of limited resources. Granted, in a world where we get unlimited resources, it's very easy to say this. But I think to do this, where stories may have similar themes to education, to future, to public funding, we wanted to make sure every audience got that unique look, unique story, and unique way of communicating. As you see here, you may notice a lot of children. Well, I think we alluded to it earlier that was by design. I think when we talk about the notion of the future, one thing we know universally, and particularly in our communities, is that children signify the future. And if not for yourself, of course, you want to think about the future. I think if you get a chance to look at these spots, the thought is it's very cute in the sense that, and I say that from my point of view, you guys might not think it's cute, but this notion of educating and talking about the census sometimes is not the most friendly language. It can get technical, it can get educational. And coming from a governmental entity, it may seem either dry, boring, or talking down to. But our approach was, if it came from the kids and about something they're learning in school and something the approach wasn't they were educating their parents, but more of a reminder. This is why you should do this. And as you notice, we know that a lot of Asian American parents sometimes are busy or sometimes can't get to it. And the children are the ones they will listen to most because, we culturally it's just kind of the way it is. And of course, you see some of the shots, some are individualistic, depending what the copy is, and some are family gatherings, multi-generational.